Hello, awesome viewers! Welcome to AC Studio. I have just got the latest JOYTOY Ultramarines Apothecary Biologis today, and I'm very excited to receive this figure. When I was young playing Warhammer games, I always called this guy a medic marine. And since I got my Marine, Ultramarines Marine a year ago, I was looking forward for a Biologis by JOYTOY. And finally, JOYTOY has made one, and it is wearing a Graphius armor. So let's have a quick look at the box and then open it. So looking at the back, it seems like there are not many accessories that comes with the figure, but in fact all these accessories seems like it is actually attached to the figure itself. So let's open it. Alright, landscape presentation again. Clear base. Okay, so that is what is inside the container box. Right, cool. My first impression on the Apothecary, the overall presentation of the figure looks really good. It got a lot of details, so I really love this. And now let's have a look at the details. And it got a few accessories, but I'll probably review it together with the figure. It comes with 4 different exchangeable hands, and these are the same hands as the Intercessor version 3. First, have a look at the helmet. So you got the Apothecary emblem here, and you got a metallic green lens on one eye. The helmet design is, obviously it's a different helmet as compared to ordinary Space Marine or different kind of Space Marine. And JOYTOY did a very nice black wash on the nose part here, and the wash looks very consistent. Got some details as well there. So this whole helmet looks really good.
Three weeks later.
Awesome viewers, welcome to AC Studio for the second time. And finally, you can see I got it back. So I contacted Collectible where I got it from, and they quickly looked into it, and they finally sent me back the lens, the bow lens or something like that. By the way, I got this figure from Collectible, and if you use my exclusive discount code, you'll get a 6% discount on JOYTOY, Acid Ring, higher figures, or any other figures on the website. Collectible has a huge range of figures that you can choose from, and their service is also really good. Free shipping for JOYTOY Acid Ring figures, so please check out the website when you got a chance to do so. Last week, I wasn't really in the mood of doing this review because of the missing part. And then I also was busy looking at the Leviathan Dreadnought, the Son of Horus, and the Space Wolf figures. So I was preoccupied with those reviews as well. Anyway, I finally get back to this. I was reviewing the helmet and then suddenly realized, oh, hold on, something's missing here. And then I stopped. So that's where I left off. And now let's continue the review. We look at the shoulder pad first. Again, the gold is a funny gold. This is actually a pink gold. What I mean pink is it looks a little bit kind of pinkish, not yellowish. So the color looks a little bit different compared to, for example, what I mean by yellowish gold. You see that is a yellow gold, and that's a pink gold, right? See, this more yellowish. I'm not a big fan of pink gold, but anyway, that doesn't look too bad. But the only thing that they did not do though is the wash. So it doesn't have any brown wash on it, as I can see here. But anyway, the sculpt looks amazing as usual. This is what JOYTOY good at, and they did not put any black wash onto the holes in it, or the exhaust vents. There, if they put more wash on it, I think it looks better. And then on the legs, you got the gold sculpt, and then the Apothecary emblem here, which is nice, Ultramarines emblem, and then you got the gun sleeve, got recess emblem here, looks very nice as well. And also the gun, I think the gun looks really nice. It's a silverish color, but it's not a gunmetal color this time. You can see just one plain silver color, and also all these are painted nicely, precisely. But again, no gray highlighting or any wash on the silver, any black wash on the silver. But otherwise, I think this gun looks really good. And on the other hand, you got this information pad or analysis pad. So that detail looks very nice. And then on the shoulder pad as well, you can see the painting of the white is all over the place. Got a bit there, got a bit on the edge, over the blue. Okay, so that is not really well done, but otherwise the Ultramarines icon looks nice. The L'Oreal ref there, and then on the apron. At first I thought that this CCs is actually, you can take this out. They are like extra accessories. Similar to what they have done on the Battle of the Star series, but in this one it just, you know, like decorative only, right? Purity seal, you see, no brown wash. And then we got a very interesting item here, the Refit Spectrum, which is a biomatter container. So the biologists will collect samples and then put it inside and take it back to the lab to study. I think generally the details of these are pretty okay, and then interestingly you got a pipe linking that back, and interestingly you got a pipe that linking back to this backpack, and then you got another pipe. I will use super glue to glue it back later, right, like that. So that's pretty cool. So I guess this is a pipe that, you know, give, I don't know, air, oxygen or something to the samples inside, so you keep it fresh to the lab. And the container is just one, you know, piece of plastic. You know, imagine if you can actually open the lid and you can take it out as well. And then the glass or the panel, it is a see-through panel, so you can actually have, you know, kind of like a plate feature inside, or perhaps, you know, better appearance. That to me, for the cost of this figure, I think this is just really low standard. I mean, usually for example, like Japanese figure, Japanese Bandai figure, for example, you know, or any other brand, which is also similar price to this, usually they'll provide, you know, more features or, you know, better appearance to the figure. But you can see this JOYTOY figure, they purely just give you basic stuff, nothing more. You know, for the price you pay, you expect a little bit better than that. In the rear of this figure, you can see they got all the pipes linking to the legs from this circular part here on the hip to there. And also you got this extra kind of like reading sensors in biomatter container, or whatever you call, at the back. And this is actually a fixed piece. It is not a accessories. And then the backpack obviously looks different to the other Space Marine because it is a Biologis, and the exhaust you can rotate as well. And then you got a searchlight or study light, and you can take it out like that. There's no ball joint whatsoever. So again, the rotation is really basic. It's just like that, just rotation. Yeah, it would be good if they put it on a ball joint so you can actually roll different angle as well. And then you got this very interesting, really nicely detailed surgical arm piece. You can see the details, all looks very nice, paint in gunmetal color. So that's the back of it. You got a few points of articulation, so you can actually rotate like this, like that, and then you can actually like this. And then on both arms, you know, both arms can move separately. And then this one also got one joint there, and then one joint there. Alright, pretty good. And then this one is a knife. I think it's a surgical knife. No black wash whatsoever on the white, so it looks very plain. And then on the other one, it is a, I think it's a surgical sword, chain sword, something like that. So you got a point of articulation here in the middle, and then you got second one here, just like that. And then also the third one like that. And great thing is this is a soft plastic piece, so that is a very good design. And the joint here is actually tight enough not to, you know, kind of like push it back by the soft plastic pipe. The only downside, I think, is the peg is actually quite small. So what happened is it is actually a little bit loose because the peg is not big enough, so there's not enough surface that they can create friction between the pack and the hole. And the worst thing is this pack, look at it, look how small it is, right? It can break very easily, so handle this with absolute care. So the surgical arms is probably the best part of this whole figure. And for general articulation in general, you can just do the basic articulation. Because of the big, you know, armor pieces, you can see the shoulder pad, for example, you know, the hand cannot move further out, but otherwise the pivot joint is fine. And then mid torso joint, you can do a bit of ab crunch, and also you got the waist joint, but you cannot move a lot. It's all the pieces at the back. And then on legs, it can kick up high, you can do 90 degrees like that, so that's pretty good. And the joint is tight enough that this pipe would not push the legs back to its, you know, original position. But there is a limitation on the ankle due to the, you know, armor design. But you got a very good toe joint as well. And so that is the general articulation on the figure itself. And if you compare to a other Space Marine in graphics armor, it seems like this latest version is taller than the older version. And then also compared to the much earlier version as well, you see the side differences. These two are similar height, but this one obviously is actually taller, as you can see here, right? But my understanding is this guy actually appeared in the Warhammer 10 edition trailer, so that could be a size kind of like upgrade as well on the latest edition. And if you look at the proportion as well, you can see the first figure, obviously proportion is a little bit funny on the tummy part. This one a little bit better, but that one is the best, no doubts about that, right? So if I compare this figure compared to the height of the legs, you see the legs are much taller as well. Even the foot is bigger as well. And also if you look at the torso is actually wider than this as well. And also on the shoulder pad as well, you can see the shoulder pad is bigger, but I don't know whether because this is a biologist, so you got a different shoulder pad. But if you look at the size differences, it's quite obvious as well. You see they actually have longer arms as well. So you can see the comparison between these two. Wrapping up the video, I have two verdicts to this figure. Even though I have a missing item on this figure, and that caused me a lot of trouble. So if I look at this figure by itself, without the consideration of my bad experience, I think this figure is a good figure. It is not a great figure though, because I do think JOYTOY can do better with this figure. For the price you're paying, you will expect a little bit more than that. Because the Rivet Spectrum, for example, the bio container, I think JOYTOY can do a little bit more on that. Give us a little bit more play features or details, and that will further enhance the model, making the price range more reasonable. So I'll give this figure an 8 out of 10. In the other hand, my second verdict, based on a customer and consumer experience, having missing parts on this figure with this kind of price range is simply ridiculous. I already had a complaint video about this. Even for a cheaper figures such as Marvel Legends, Fallen figures, I never have experience with missing items in the figure or broken joints or whatever. And so that is why I think, based on the experience, I'm not happy with the whole package. I'll just say this is a poor figure. So now comes to the end of this video. Please let me know what you think of this figure and whether you have missing parts on this figure or any broken parts of this figure. Otherwise, thanks for watching this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.